I knew something was wrong the moment she cleared her throat. That soft but razor-sharp sound, like the warning click before a trap snaps shut. "Ladies," my wife Elena said, raising her wine glass high, "I have a few new rules for my husband." The room erupted in laughter. Her friends leaned closer, their eyes sparkling with the kind of curiosity that only exists when someone else's dignity is about to be sacrificed for entertainment. My heart dropped. I didn't know yet what the rules were. I didn't know why she needed them. But I did know this. Whatever she was about to say, it would hurt. And God, it did. 1. The rules. It was supposed to be a simple dinner. Her and her 3 closest friends, all of them loud, confident, successful. Women who made you feel like you had walked into the wrong room with the wrong clothes and the wrong life. It cooked, cleaned, set the table. Elena hadn't thanked me. Instead, she stood up at the head of the table and with that smile, the one she used when she wasn't actually smiling, announced. Rule number 1. Daniel doesn't make decisions about weekend plans anymore. Do. He tends to pick boring things. Her friends laughed. I felt the first crack. Rule number 2, she continued, twirling her glass. He needs to ask before making purchases. Last week he bought a drill. A drill? For what? I needed it, I said quietly. They ignored me. And rule number 3. She paused dramatically, soaking in the attention. He will not question me when I go out. My time is mine. Her friends clapped. One even whistled. I sat there frozen, my hands gripping my knees so hard my knuckles whitened. She didn't look at me once, not even to see if I was okay. It was a performance. A humiliation wrapped in a joke. A joke meant to hide something. I didn't know what yet, but I intended to find out. To the slow unraveling. When the guests left, Elena didn't mention the rules. She didn't even act like anything unusual happened. She walked straight to the bedroom, humming under her breath. Elena, I said, palms sweating as she removed her earrings. What was that? A bit of fun, she replied. Don't be dramatic. You embarrassed me. She scoffed. You embarrass yourself enough. Something cold slid down my spine. This wasn't the woman I married. This wasn't the woman who used to slip warm hands around my waist while I cooked, whispering stupid jokes into my ear. This wasn't the woman who cried when she promised to love me. This version of her was indifferent, sharp in all the wrong ways. I stood there silently, watching her in the mirror. Her eyes never met mine. Is there something you want to tell me? Yes. No, she said too quickly. Which meant yes. 3 crumbs of truth. The signs were subtle at first. Late nights, she claimed, were just work. Smiling at her phone and then locking it immediately. A new perfume, something musky, intimate, not at all like her usual floral choices. Then the biggest sign, she stopped reaching for me at night. She used to curl into me without thinking. Now she slept facing the edge of the bed, her back a wall I couldn't climb over. One night, after she'd brushed past me with a cold "good night," I went to the kitchen, sat in the dark and stared at nothing. My stomach twisted with the kind of dread no one wants to name. She wouldn't cheat. She wouldn't. She's stressed. She's different, but she still loves me, right? The truth is, denial is a soft pillow, until it smothers you. For the discovery. It happened on a Wednesday. She left her laptop open on the couch while getting ready for a shower. A rare mistake. Elena guarded her devices more than her own heartbeat lately. I didn't plan to snoop. I really didn't. But then a message notification popped up in the corner of the screen. A name I recognized only vaguely. Are we still on for Friday? I miss you. The blood drained from my face. Another message followed. He still doesn't know. My chest tightened. My throat closed. The world tilted. I clicked the message thread with shaking fingers. And there it was. Dozens of messages. Jokes. Late-night confessions. Plans. Intimacy. Photos. None explicit but enough. Enough to confirm everything. Enough to break something inside me so violently I felt nauseous. I cheated. She betrayed me. The woman I built my life around was living another life behind my back. 5. The confrontation. She came out of the shower humming, a towel wrapped loosely around her. "Hey," she said casually, then saw my face. "What?" I held up her laptop. She froze. "Elena," I whispered, my voice barely holding together. "What is this?" Her lips parted, but no sound came out. Her eyes flicked to the laptop, then away, then back again. "It's not Daniel, listen." "How long?" Silence. I repeated more forcefully. "How long, Elena?" She swallowed hard. "A few months." Just like that. No tears. No apology. Just a quiet admission, as if she were telling me the weather. "A few months," I repeated, my voice cracking. "While you were making rules for me. While you were laughing with your friends." "That had nothing to do with this," she snapped, suddenly defensive. "You've been distant. You've been boring, Daniel. I needed something." "You needed someone who wasn't your husband," I said, the words tasting like ashes. She turned away, rubbing her arms like she was cold. "I didn't want you to find out like this. You didn't want me to find out at all." She didn't deny it. And something inside me, something soft, patient, forgiving, finally died. 6. The foot down. That weekend, her friends came over again. She expected me to cook, clean, host. As if nothing had happened. As if I hadn't spent 2 days in silent devastation. As if her betrayal was just an inconvenience. They poured wine, laughed, settled into the lounge. Then one of them smirked at me. "So," she said, "any new rules for today?" The group giggled. Elena didn't even bother to look embarrassed. And that's when something in me snapped back. Not the weak part, but the part she'd been crushing slowly over months. I stood up, walked to the center of the room, and said loudly enough for all of them to hear, "Yes, I have a new rule." Everything went silent. Elena turned, her face draining of color. "Daniel, don't." But I continued. "Rule number 1. I won't be disrespected in my own home." Her friends blinked, startled. "Rule number 2. I won't stay married to someone who cheats." A gasp traveled around the room like a shockwave. Elena's glass slipped slightly in her hand. "And rule number 3, I said, voice steady now. "I will not be made into a joke by a woman who has already made a fool of herself." Her friends looked at her, really looked at her, for the first time. Their expressions shifted from amusement to discomfort. "Elena," one whispered, confused. She said nothing. She couldn't. I walked toward the hallway, grabbed the small suitcase I'd packed earlier, and headed for the door. "Daniel," she finally said, breathless. "Please don't go. We can talk about this. I made a mistake." I turned to her. "No," I said softly. "You made a choice." Her eyes filled with tears, but it was too late. I stepped outside and closed the door behind me. Her friends' shocked voices muffled instantly. Her sob broke through one last time, but I kept walking. 7. The ending that hurts but heals. People say betrayal breaks you. They're wrong. Changes you. Forces you to face the parts of yourself you neglected. The boundaries you never set. The love you gave too easily. The respect you didn't demand. I loved Elena. I might always love the version of her I married. But the version who betrayed me. The one who laughed at me. Humiliated me. Cheated behind my back. I left him behind with my suitcase. Some pain doesn't need to be healed by returning. Some pain heals by finally walking away. For the first time in months, I felt the air in my lungs like it belonged there. And as I stepped into the quiet street, suitcase rolling behind me, I whispered the only rule I would ever need again.